We're about 5 minutes away from the game starting, so very quickly we can talk about the actual teams. Because a lot of people might not even be aware who the Olive Garden are, given they were a very late entry into... I can close that now, can't I? Given they were a very late entry into the whole affair. Burn them bears! Hey, Havoc, welcome to the stream, dude. And why do you want to burn the bears? Surely you want to celebrate them, no? I would have thought you wanted to celebrate your division, man. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. There we go. Rel 6 versus Powered. Teams are in. It started. Olive Garden versus Undeaddy Bears. Waiting for them to get here. So, Haringzord, which team would you like to take a look at first?
I would like to take a look at the Olive Garden first, because we haven't seen them yet.
We kind of haven't, have we? To be fair. We're actually they're going through inducements, so we're going to have to knock through them quick. They've got a bit white on my screen. I don't know why.
I believe there is a very, very interesting lineman on...
Right. I'm going to tell you a story about Zitty real quick, because I was watching the friendly between A-Grain and Dr. JBP. Oh, Havoc, yeah, you are. Sorry, I thought you were in G-Man for some random reason, but yeah, you are. No, I get you. Right. And Zitty, the pass block dirty player, right? Apparently, A-Grain states that he took pass block to basically mark him as a player that he wanted to remove from his team when he gets another dirty player on his team. So he's looking for Lasagna at a level to grab the dirty player. However, so that's why he got pass block. However, in a game last night, in the friendly, now he was already 2-0 up, so it really was just a consolation touchdown that Dr. JBP was playing for. He tried to pass to a player in his end zone to score for the humans to make it 2-1. And Zitty activates pass block, runs right up to base contact with the human catcher, and then intercepts the ball.
Unbelievable. Who knew you could even activate pass block?
And then, from there, because he'd got the move for free, so didn't need to use a blitz action, surfed the receiver, which was a human catcher by the name of Kakengrad, and killed him on the surf.
Ah, okay.
Which was an exceptional turn of play, as far as I'm concerned. Big fan of that.
I'm going to interrupt here and tell you that the game's live.
The game is live, so we're going to need to do it very quickly. But as you can see, this is a team that are pretty agile. They've got two agility up blitzers. They've got a fast blitzer with dodge, movement, and mighty blow. So they're a fairly fast team. They also have the gobble one-turn threat. So that's a thing. No throw. So no shoe hands anywhere on the team. Now, Undeaddy Bears not really able to take care of that, being as they have no strip ball in play. They are also white. I don't know why I've got a weird... Oh, no, they have got a shoe hands themselves. So, no strip ball in play on either side. That's fine. It's a decent-looking team other than the lack of a white. And I believe you've seen Elise... Oh, no, he's actually sacked. No, he hasn't. He's moved share. Oh, I was going to say. I thought he'd sacked him. But he moved him up into the slot under Barry White to confuse everyone.
Possibly fire share after that performance to get him here.
Yeah, I do believe the performance was exceptional.
It was borderline miracle play, just running through multiple tackles out. Share was certainly strong enough.
Yeah, the thing is, that's not a high chance play, really, given that strength doesn't make you good at dodging, funnily enough, unless you got break tackle, which he doesn't. Can you imagine taking break tackle because he's strength 4? If you ever got a double. I wouldn't necessarily hate that play, but it'd be a weird choice.
It would. It really would.
Now, I have it on good authority that Power has picked up a babe, for the record. So that's something.
I'm also seeing a bribe on the side of the Olive Garden.
Wow, they have picked up a bribe.
So it looks like the Orcs are going to be receiving the ball here.
Well, that's a big start. Instantly badly hurt. Is the regen going to activate? It is. So, whilst it does remove a defensive player, also we got the riot immediately cancelled by the security gate. Oh god, the undead lines are just falling apart already.
Well, regen kicking in on the first injury. You'll have to forgive me. I'm having to quit out of the replay here because it's bugged out to all hell.
Are they players bright white? Because that's what I was getting when I was reviewing the teams.
No, the players were just stood there doing nothing.
Oh, wow. He's actually charged Tortellini directly at Joe Cocker, who, has, while standing firm, has hit the dirt. Now, I can tell you from watching last night's game, the fouling game from Agrin was on point. So I think with a GFI, we might see Zitty himself, the guy, the pass blocker, coming screaming around into this mummy. And I think that's quite a high-value foul with 3 assists and dirty player. And a bribe.
Zitty seems to be the most important player on the team with pass blockers, as you may not expect.
Also, hey, Cthulhu Collector, welcome back to the stream, dude. Well, he's secured the ball, first of all, with his plus agi. Regen's basically a free Apo, assuming it works. However, in my experience, it only tends to work for the skeletons and zombies, and never seems to work for the players you give it a hot damn about.
You should see my Clan League game just finished, in which Undead worked 0 times. And I was left with 4 players against 11 at the end.
Oh god, here we go. He's rolled the GFI. Big old slam to the knees coming in there.
That's big.
Oh, it's a KO. Wow, that's huge. Like I say, Agrin's fouling game was on point. I think I watched him remove 8 players in 8 consecutive fouls yesterday. And at that point, there's nothing you can do about it, you know? Oh god, that... Where's the zombie going? Let's play past the zombie. Yeah. Agi4 matters when you roll a 6. Correct, Ro32. Welcome back to the stream, by the way.
I'm just going to point out here that that troll has some bright socks.
They are, like, nuclear. I mean, the whole our kit is fairly offensively coloured as far as brightness goes. But you can instantly feel Powered being on the back foot here. His Star Mummy, the big one with 3 level ups, has gone off the pitch. He's already took a casualty on the zombies. He's got another zombie stunned. I mean, you know, this is a pretty big start for Agrin. I mean, the thing with Undead is that they're more resilient than some of the teams we've watched over the last couple of days. So unlike the Elves or the Rats we've seen. Hey, Spigosaurus, thank you for the emote hype.
I'm
Ro32.
going to point out here that there's a not unreasonable chance of a 2 dice on the ball.
I'm looking, but I'm not seeing. Hang on.
Depends how risky you're willing to get with share at this point.
When you say not unreasonable, are you talking about dodging through 3 tackle zones?
I'm talking about there's a -2, so you could try. I guess it'd be 5+ with a reroll. Depends how risky you're willing to get. A 5+ is what, a 55% chance with a reroll, so it's not about a coin flip for a 2 die on the ball.
But do you really risk Super Ghoul so early?
No, absolutely not. I'm talking hypo. Okay, we want to get rid of the pass block, and that makes a lot of sense to me.
You say get rid of the pass block. I think we're talking about the dirty player when he's got a bribe, right? Oh! Literally tears his nipples directly off.
There goes the fun, everyone.
Who knew that if you gave someone a nuclear nipple twister, it would knock them out?
So that's 1 each, although you've got to say that the getting rid of the mummy is of higher importance than getting rid of the dirty player.
It's actually, don't forget, it's 2 in favour of Agrin because there was a regen. Haringzod, are you in a cave? No, he's just got a new mic and it's still a bit echoey. We figured we'd rather have a co-caster than not have a co-caster, even if it was going to get a little cave-like. It's all good.
What I'm going to do is just continue to mess with the settings of this mic as we go here. You can just tell me whether it's better or worse.
Wow, we've played a game of hot or colder with your mic settings? Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
See, I'm pretty happy if I'm powered without removal, I'm not going to lie, because it's still... Hey, Liscaris, welcome back, dude. It's still a dirty player, and when you've got a bribe, I mean, you can still do fouls with your rookie lineman, but it's not as good. It's not as high impact, is it?
It's not, and there is a bribe in play. So, dirty player plus bribe tends to be a fairly potent combination.
It's also worthy of note that Power does have a babe, which is very important. Because his mummy's out, so he's going to want to see that come back on the pitch. Now, as Agrain, though, I think, given that you have the strength advantage, you probably just want to maintain the strength advantage by just starting to continue the base train.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. There's a potential for a Mighty Blow tackle onto ReBBL.
Yeah, that would be bad news for Ali's, especially as he's a diving tackler. So you're probably going to want to try and get him onto one of the Agi Orcs, because they're the ones that can make the dodge plays, and you kind of don't want them doing that if you're powered.
That setup is striking me as Mighty Blow tackle onto ReBBL.
That is a solid Mighty Blow tackle to the face of the ghoul. What's going to happen? He goes down. Tackle doing a thing. Sidestepping frantically out of danger. Oh,
this could be big.
Oh!
Big.
That's about as big as it gets, I think.
That's fairly big in the grand scheme of things. He's dead.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead. At least it saves you not having to retire the minus movement, right?
Well, Pollard already lost his only tackler in the G-Man 3 decided to get here when Lionel Richie was fouled to death by a gutter runner.
By a gutter runner, no less. Yeah, F to pay respects, gentlemen. Lascaris and Major Bite beating me to that point. Yep, that's a dead that's a dead ghoul, guys. This is going swimmingly for Agrain. This is the game he wanted to play, really.
Are we about to see another one-sided playoff match?
See, I was gonna say that, you know, Undead are fairly resilient. 2 mummies, one of them is come back on a 3+. I like that, damn proper dead. At Earth 40, have you checked out the subreddit? The subreddit has an excellent... I've got to shout out while Major Bite's in chat, because he's a proper gent and has done some serious work on the subreddit sidebar. We have a playoff tracker in the subreddit. And,
we are going full ESPN, folks. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we are. We're going full American sportscast. Do you reckon he's going to foul? He's going to foul the fouler. Uh-oh. That's another KO. And the bribe, still in play. This is, like I say, Agrain's fouling game was on point, and the way he's going today, he doesn't need to change that fouling game.
That's what, 4 removals in the first 2 turns?
Yep, one of them's never coming back. Regen worked on one of them, and 2 of them are knockouts with 3+ babes. So really, the only reliably removed one is Elise, who is as reliably removed as you can get, let's be honest. The only way Elise would ever be coming back is if he was playing Nurgle or Undead or Necro, rather than Orcs.
The problem at this point becomes, when you're down a mummy and you're down your dive and tackle, what can you even do at this point to try and defend?
I feel like he just needs to continue the offense with Mighty Blow wherever he can. That's kind of bad news bears. He needs to utilize his Mighty Blow to bring down players. Hope he gets some removals himself, because AV9 isn't invulnerable. It's just very, very tough. Not getting him this turn. But he has...
Throwing the Juan Diaz.
He has unbased all but a single zombie. So I guess it's literally just throw dispensable players at the problem and hope for the best.
He is running out of dispensable players. And considering he's already lost a fairly indispensable player as well.
Yeah, it's... Like I said, Powered, you've got to do more than just kill one of his players to make Powered flinch. He's a pretty solid coach when it comes to that. He's quite, you know, you can't outpsych him just because you lost a player. But if he keeps losing players, it's not a case of even necessarily outpsyching him. You can just out-punch him. We do see that the white looks like the next target of opportunity coming in, probably from Mozzarella, who only needs 2 more Kazas to get a level. For anyone, by the way, if you were like, oh, they talk about how good the subreddit is, but no one's dropped a link, I will satisfy that need right now by putting a link in the chat. That's where our sign-up sheets are at. Last time I looked, by the way, Harry's we had 71 sign-ups in under 24 hours. Across all of the leagues. Oh god, Barry White's going down into the Orc team. And being brought into the Orc team tends to be a recipe for... Yep, there we go. That's 2 assists already set up. I feel like we're going to see another foul. How many ReBBL? Last time I looked, it was about 40-something. I don't know where we're at now.
I think it was 46 when I checked REL this morning.
He's actually pulled another hit up for the troll there. So that's another Mighty Blow Smack.
Fouling before the Mighty Blow Smack.
He does have, of course, a bribe, so this is probably more reliable. No damage this time. 48.
Oh, troll. Troll, mate, what are you doing?
Oh my god, he actually passes the Loner into quad skulls. Now this is huge, because this right here is an attack on the ball.
There is guard in play, but the mummy can get there.
Yo, yeah, you got a mummy, it's strength 5. You don't give a damn about the guard. That's a 2 dice with the mummy, even in the guard. This is massive for power. This could be the break that he needed, whereas
The
other
only
breaks...
other time I've seen that from a troll is when I was trying to record some footage for the Hugh Jackman video. And a troll did that.
Here we go. Not even thinking about it, tosses the mummy directly in the problem. Michael Bolton stepping into the danger zone. But, you know, the benefits of having a high RG player, I feel like...
Alfredo.
The good news is, you know, the mummy has to be taken down to get him out of play, because he does have stand firm. However, there's a lot of orcs around him. Many of them have block, and Fettuccine Alfredo, as you very well pronounced, I've got to say, props for that pronunciation.
Anytime.
Does have Agi 4, so it's not that difficult for him to get out. But that's still a fair big break from Howard, because it allows him to kind of get the mummy up in the mix and really disrupt the ability to recage for Agrain. You know, recaging here might be very difficult unless he gets some good hits.
Yeah, Agrain, you might say, getting away with murder there. That was hellish risky with the troll. The troll now really stupiding on the 4+.
Yeah, it seems he forgot to assist it. Powerwad is Powerwad tends to spend... Having played Powerwad and coached Powerwad, he spends a lot of his opponent's turn thinking about his actions.
Okay, down goes the mummy. And honestly, that might be a foul target.
Oh, he will be a foul target, assuming he can free up the lineman. Yeah, the mummy's in a bad spot right now, isn't he? That's a knockdown.
That'll free up the lineman, all right.
Well, he's still got to take the hit with the Black Orc, but I assume he's going to follow here. Still, it's not a full cage, but the mummy being down is a lot less risk involved. And bringing the mummy down with the first hit is pretty big as well. Yeah, the orc just stepping into the reassuring safety of a wall of green flesh.
That does remove an assist from the mummy foul, mine.
That's true. However, there's only actually a 2 assist foul, but I think it's still too worthwhile to not, if we're quite honest.
Well, that frees up the lineman, who really has been the star of this game at this point.
Well, between the two of them.
Would you throw the 1 dice against that ghoul for the extra assist?
I think you probably would. But has he blitzed yet? He could blitz with Rigatoni to then move down to make that a 2 dice on any of the ghoul. Because even a push would free up Rigatoni.
These Italian names being mullered here by the Northern English accent.
Although I almost feel like he might want to blitz with Ravioli into a 1 dice to reform the cage, because he is a little bit vulnerable, if we're honest, to a strength 4 ghoul sacking. And you really don't want to give up 2 shots on ball, right?
You don't want to give up a 2-die ball sack, folks. It's nothing. A 1's bad enough, but... We're not going to take the foul on the mummy. That is now off the agenda.
Yes.
We are going to blitz with Rigatoni the second.
Charles Aznavour taking a smack to the face, but he's fine.
And now here's a chance to mighty blow a ghoul.
A
if
chance.
You can find a pow.
A chance not taken. Agrin clearly conserving his singular reroll for more important activities than greeting on a ghoul.
Is he going to foul that troll? Is he going to foul the troll? Probably not.
Without Dirty Player in place, I feel like that's a pretty risky foul. He might just kind of pull back to a bit more of a safety play and just go back to blitzing into Mozzarella with Mighty Blow. Maybe not, though.
That is a pow from Eric Clapton.
Into Mozzarella. No follow-up means that he's not going to generate a 2 dice with... Well, move towards generating 2 dice with Natalie Cook. Is he potentially blitzing with the mummy? That feels brave.
What are you going to blitz?
Probably the plus agi blitzer in front of you. If you can dodge any around the back into his tackle zone, and only his, that's probably not a terrible play.
At the moment, it's only a 1 dice. Blitz coming in from Cher. Onto a Black Orc.
Just a push. Not going to follow that one. But it is still slowing down the player. He might... No, I would think he might take a foul on the tackle, but he's decided not to.
Standing the mummy up as the last action of the turn, it seems, which is...
I still think we might see Enya dodge away.
Yeah. Round the back or round back towards the rest of his team?
I feel like you might hang around the back just in case something, in case something opens up, like it did last time, and a better scatter goes through.
Quite right. In fact, basing up the plus agility. So we're playing fast and loose with all of the ghouls that aren't Cher. Of course, one of them's dead. Dive and tackle, sidestep, and block. But they're of no use to you, those skills, when you are deceased.
Who knew? Dead players can't do that.
Dead men never sidestep.
Dead
They
ghouls
should've,
especially
but
so.
they didn't.
Well, he did sidestep, it just didn't matter. He didn't sidestep far enough. But yeah, I mean, the orcs are still fairly corralled, considering there's not a great deal of undead here. It's almost like Powered is trying to force him into making a sideline cage, which is risky.
Non-mighty blow blitz on the mummy.
Only gets pushed, so he's not going anywhere.
He is.
He is? I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that course of activity. Although, no, I actually see why he's doing it. He was trying to stop the troll from getting activated, but the follow is just going to activate the troll anyway.
The troll's stupids anyway, because he's having a dreadful game.
He's having the worst game of his existence, this poor little fella. I say poor little fella, but he's a troll, so he's not little or poor or a fella. Well, he might be a fella. Who knows? Still a zombie to hit, so we're not going to rule that off the table. And there's still technically a 2 dice with Mighty Blow into the mummy.
Well, there's no technically about it, there is.
But at the same time, I mean, Powered is doing a fair job of just slowing down the orc cage. It's just what price he's going to pay as we see a zombie take a stun. And I mean, if I let the bias shine through for a second, I'm instantly in favour of Powered because he's running the best undead strip in the game. If you take a look at those green swells, they are pretty magnificent.
Oh wow, they really are.
It is easily my favourite kit, and the best part is, unless they've changed it, you buy it for Necromantic, and it unlocks on Undead for free.
Even better.
Little bit of a value tip there. Now, I'm unsure as to the slowness of Agrain's play. I think he's trying to decide who to punch with, but it clearly should be the Mighty Blow, I think. I see, he's moving an assist back to then, after the Mighty Blow goes in, to maybe get a shot on Ghoul. Okay, he's not using the Mighty Blow, he's actually using a Black Orc.
Mighty Blow wouldn't have helped. However, this could hurt.
There is no Mighty Blow this time. And it is going to result in no stun. Now, do you foul?
There either, but yeah, I think he fouls that.
Or do you foul the Mummy with a +3? I mean, the Ghoul is a bigger chance for removal, but isn't getting the Mummy off a bigger deal?
I don't know. Because the Mummy can't carry the ball.
That's true. Well, he can, but it's not easy.
Personally, I'd target the Ghoul. Because also no regen.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, he's knocked out.
God, you're just a touch ahead of me, as always. I don't know why I'm always slightly behind when it comes to replays. But for some reason, I'm always marginally behind the replay. In any case...
It never works how we want, does it?
In any case, Igraine proving once again, fouling is the way to go. Oh god, have you just... thank you for replaying my voice there. Hello? Did you press something on your mic? Is that what it is? Yeah, I think we might see a Mummy Blitz here, to be honest.
Totally on board with the program here, folks. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sup, guys? Sup, Werewolf? How's it going, dude? Nice to see you, man. I feel like we're going to see the Mummy coming screaming off the floor here as the zombie moves across to screen. There we go.
Oh, that
and
was GFI.
Yep. Yeah, it's three movement to stand up. Doesn't do anything other than put a Black Orc on his bum. But the Mummy's back in play. So that's something that Igraine's going to have to deal with, or sacrifice a Black Orc to getting hit by it.
Oh, the Troll's up. Remember him, folks.
remember there being a troll in play? Yeah, given that, you know, Power is taking a bit of a banging, there's a long way for this Orc team to travel from here. Power doing pretty well to bottleneck them into the opponent's half.
I guess this is the thing, isn't it? Like, you can remove the whole team across the course of a half, but if that team does enough to stop you from actually scoring at the end of the day,
and then comes back, because most of the removals are simply KOs. Now that's a good stand for him, because that's just, there's 3 Black Orcs currently tied up on a singular Mummy. That is once again going to slow the progress, because the big risk, of course, is that the Mummy being in base contact with Black Orcs means that if he tries to use those Black Orcs as cage corners, well, you know, there's a Mummy. And he's already had his cage corners smacked in once when the troll fell over on himself.
That does sound painful.
So yeah, I think, you know, Power is asking some big questions of Igraine as to just exactly how far he's willing to push this turn, but he's got to start, because he's not getting very far. Inroads are not being made. Yeah, he could try and break, but even that is a risk when you've got this this Share kicking about, who's not slow and is pretty strong. We do see that strategy being applied as well.
Yeah, looks like the ball's moving over here.
Still could be a risk if he's intending to use the troll as a cage corner, given that the white can attempt to knock the cage corner, that troll down with an uphill. It's not ideal, but it's doable.
If I know that troll, he'll hit the floor. I doubt he will. I imagine he'll just use the lineman to finish that off.
Well, that's a long way to run. Probably the Blitzer, actually. Oh no, the Blitzer's actually blitzing. He's going for the Mummy. Gets the power. That's the third time the mummy's been powered to the floor.
I agree with not standing firm.
Yeah, you don't want to get fouled by the dirty player, do you? He's got to be careful he doesn't chain push the white anywhere the white wants to be, because that could be very bad. But no damage.
Oh, we're going to foul. And we're going to foul a zombie, of all things. Well, the bribe is still available. Incredibly.
Who knows how that's become a thing. Did we see any... No, we didn't see anything from it, though, did we? I don't know. Now it's a big ask, really. I think there's too much on the ground. It's very hard to cover from here. Let's be quite frank.
I mean, Powad's down by 4 players at this point. There is a knocked out orc.
A singular knocked out orc. The armor breaks have not been particularly friendly for him.
Oh dear. That'll be a reroll.
It drags itself to its feet and then gets punched directly back to the dirt. Gets the smash though, so he's hoping for something. Hello. Just a stun. Not really what I think he was wanting there. If we're quite honest. Rolling a dodge to base. He's basing up the front of this cage. He's desperately trying to slow this orc offensive down. You know, throwing what little remains of his team against it. I still not sure, not so convinced it's a bad play though. I mean, it could, you know, there's multiple points of failure if some dice go wrong here, but if they go right, it's just going to be more players getting hit in the head, and the troll coming up with guard makes everything that little bit easier for the front line.
Well, this is what you hope with regen is that if you can base up a little bit more aggressively in the hope that your guy will come back if it all goes wrong.
Yeah, that you're covered by the regen to not drop on your... Well, to not kind of stay down. Yeah, Regnen 2, Agi4 Orcs. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I think that might be a welcome for the first time.
Regnen, I recognise that name.
Yeah, it's the Legion of Frank, dude. He's back.
Oh my god, Frank.
Welcome back, Frank.
There was a team.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to see them back. We've got the Uruk Haiku's back as well.
Also a team. Also a great...
And he even put...
names on that
and he's already put a haiku on the sign-up sheet for us. Because he's that kind of... Halub is that guy. It's
ReBBL
fantastic.
needs more haikus. I'm just throwing that out there.
Big fan of the Uruk Haikus. Oh god, there we go. He's going for a blitz to try and blitz off the corner. And he's going to get it. Barry White goes down. Big mighty blow hit to the face. Coming in to do precisely nothing. Not just roughly nothing, but precisely nothing. And that's where he's going to advance the cage too. If he puts the ball behind these players, that's going to leave him 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 squares away from the end zone, which is what we like to call danger zone territory. Also known as tripwires. And I bet you can believe Pawad is praying for the end zone tripwire to be in full effect. So yeah, basically I think Powad's hopes and dreams rely on a failed end zone tripwire at this point.
Well, it's happened before and it will happen again.
I'd put sidestep strength on the block cage front and then try and dodge a zombie into tackle man. That's slightly mental. No, you don't hit anything, Cthulhu. It just updates.
You see it updating live. That is a foul on Barry White.
An unassisted foul. The ref is absolutely fine with 7 fouls in 7 turns. Or has it been 6 fouls in 7 turns?
The ref's blind.
Where are you, ref? Come on, ref. You're right here. You're not even... They're not even that far away from you. How much have you been paid? No, it's all to the good, Cthulhu. Do not worry yourself one bit about it. Oh, to the good. He does have a bribe. However, the bribe has not even... He's not being called once. He is fouling like a maniac. That's why he took such an unassisted foul. Yeah, big questions coming from Powered here as to what do. I almost feel like you've just blitzed the mozzarella down with the ghoul. And pray to stay upright to mark the ball afterwards.
Yeah, it adds an extra dice roll or 2 into the proceedings, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. At this point, there's not enough of you left to really stop anything. But slowing it, forcing him to roll dice. He's got a reroll, but anything can go wrong, especially when he already has a 1 in 6 chance of falling over.
This RG4 blitzer who's niggled, who has the ball. Are you wanting to keep him, or are you wanting to eventually fire him?
I'd figure, given that he's got the ball, and at 15 out of 16 SPP, it probably looks like he's looking to level him up and keep him, because Agi4, and, he is armor value 9, so niggle isn't really a concern until you start, seeing either Mighty Blow piling on, or Claw Mighty Blow, piling on.
Or any combination of that you might...
Yeah, just Mighty Blow on its own, not that big of a deal against AV9, even with a niggle in play. But when you start adding it all up, that's when it starts getting problematic for him. So I think he's just relying in AV9. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's abusing the agility up to use him as a ball carrier recoverer type. And to be fair, he didn't actually intend to carry on this guy. It just ended up on this guy after a really good scatter.
Of course, the winner of this going on to face the champions of the Big O.
Yeah, that'd be what. Yeah, that's a big Daddy Orc team. I think this team is going to struggle to even generate punches.
It's an Orc team that is not to be trifled with.
I was speaking to Walkathon last night because I've got him in clan, and he was saying he fully intends to make Orc throws a thing this season.
Oh, we're just going to target Mozzarella.
He gets the fat pow. Mozzarella goes down, no damage.
Yeah, you might have wanted a stun there because there's now a Mighty Blow tackler on your best ghoul.
Pretty much.
Oh, and wow, we're going to uphill.
Lasagna taking a massive zombie punch to the face. To be fair though, Fiction, it wasn't the intended carrier who was being used as a cage corner. Lasagna taking...
Zasnavor there.
Yeah, that was big. That was bold, players. Do we think maybe he's going to just get bolder from here and try and foul with the white?
He's going to try and dodge with the white. He might as well reroll.
He's going to try and dodge into the gap towards the front of... No, he goes down. That's a 1 in 9. Oh, that's a stun as well. That's... White will take no further part in this drive. So now he's got to move and assist in just to get the sidestepper to move at all. He is putting that guy behind him, but that could still force... If he doesn't get a knockdown with this hit, the sidestepper's just going to walk onto the ball. Because moving the Black Orc...
Make it worse.
Moving the Black Orc first has made it worse for yourself. Because that's allowed... That's allowed the ghoul to not take a second hit if he chooses to sidestep in front of the ball. Whereas if the Black Orc hadn't moved... Oh, he's just going to dodge. Chuck a 2+ into a 2+. Well, you know what? Powered asked all the questions he needed to ask of the Orcs, and they just about pulled it off. Now the question we need to ask is how good is the magic sponge on the side of the undead? And while we're waiting to see what KOs come back, I'll be right back.
Well, the Orc I'll take over from here. The Orc KO is fine. And the Undead KOs are incredibly good. They're all back. So, folks, it's 11 versus 11. As if nothing happened at all. Great to see the Dirty Player pass block come back into the game. Huge fan of that. And remember that the pass block did actually do something in the friendly that got the Olive Garden here.
Okay, so I have returned. And it looks like the Babe earning the money there. Don't know what I missed from you, Haringzord. I do apologise for having to step away for a second. But, yeah, Hypebeast 6996. Thanks for the follow there, dude. Welcome to the stream.
You basically missed all of the KOs coming back and me continuing to mess with my new microphone.
You still fiddling around with the settings?
Just about, yeah.
Oh man, we've missed another Stormer from the Slapping Up Lagoos, by the way, in 1 minute. Going 2-2 with the Digirats.
Honestly, he needs to tell us when he's playing.
He does, because I want to see more of the throw.
Fouling regen always dicey unless you're A grade and you've done it on every single turn.
Apart from, I think, 2. Sheeran fans, and Undeaddy Bear's grabbing a reroll they simply don't need. And that's a deep kick. He's not set up for a 1-turn, so... I don't know, I still think fouling the Black Orc isn't a terrible play simply because of the strength 4. Setting himself up for looking for a 3 dice here. Could have had it if he'd have put the guard on the line instead of the white. But yeah, he's open for some damage. You can see that because he's you know, he is 11 on 11. He is 11 on 12 actually. There's a goblin off, which is a thing. Lasagna going down for 0 damage.
If the goblin wasn't used on the offensive drive, when is the goblin going to be used?
1-turn touchdown, turn 16 threat.
Well, in that case, you want a removal here.
Oh yeah, you want it to be on the pitch during the second half, so you can hunt it. Takes the 2 dice with the white, because he wants to use the mummy against the troll. Gets nothing again. I can see a foul in that guy's future, to be honest. Maybe the troll?
No, that grab suggests a troll.
It is a stun. No, that could also just be to pull it out of the way so he could get a good path onto the Black Orc, but no, you're absolutely right.
It's the troll.
Here's the thing. The goblin isn't a 1-turn threat if there's no troll.
That's a very, very good point. And
You could
be replacing Strength 5 Guard Grab with Strength 2 Stunty.
Which is also known as that white wants some 2 SPP result.
It's also known as worse.
He's actually committing everything this. He's not even going for the Vanity Pass, which would have leveled Enya, by the way.
Don't snake eye it, mate. Ah, spaghetti.
Oh, that's a big kick. It is going to send the Dirty Player off. But if this regen doesn't go through...
Oh, Yappoed, right.
He's Appoed it. Well, that's forced the Appo out. He wasn't confident in the 50-50 regen. So is it worth getting a Dirty Player sent off for an Orc Appo? I'm not sure, but... You know, the Appo being out means any of the Mighty Blow that... You know, Powered's rocking 3 Mighty Blow. We've got a black screen at the moment, which is a problem. There we go. You know, he's kept the Goblin off, but any Mighty Blow landing in the next drive is going to be a permanent removal. Yeah, that was an MNG Appo as well, so... The double 5s on the injury sending off the Dirty Player. Kind of sucks, I think, if you're powered. You've got to feel a bit gypped. Let's be super honest. Because...
yeah, the ref finally waking up to the fouling game.
Yeah.
Maybe they just weren't subtle enough, the Undead. Completely surrounding a troll.
Yeah, do you reckon that's what it was? Maybe he has to just do lower assists. MNG app was... yeah, but here's the thing, right? That therefore means, technically, that was a 75% chance to recover the troll. Because at 50-50 for the Apport to work. If the Apport doesn't work, he still could fall back on the regen. I think what you've got to look for. So whilst I don't necessarily disagree with it, I can certainly don't necessarily agree with it. I can certainly argue the logic around it.
You've talked before about the regen Apo combo with the troll.
But
now we didn't get the issue when it was a foul, but if he takes that injury from a block,
you can tell.
Spoiler, isn't it?
You can tell unless it's the grab mummy. That's a big deal. Yeah, to be fair, Fiction's not wrong. If the troll had MNG'd, that's massive for if he gets through this game. Not having a troll at all for next game is a big deal, right?
It also means he can keep his one-turner off the side.
Again, very good points. But yeah, with the only one that won't give it away...
oh, that kick. And another riot. The crowd want a riot, but security is top draw here.
Yeah, security is a priority in this stadium. I think they want to riot at the ref just for calling the first foul. Now this is bold, going for first action hits rather than moving to secure the ball. Not sure I'm a fan. I think he realised his mistake immediately. And I think this is going to put a bullet in Enya as far as that vanity pass goes. Because he's going to want to use his plus strength shoe hands, lad. Troll being told he's not welcome. And he needs to leave. Finally getting a knockdown. And no damage. The armor break's certainly not falling towards Powered here. But then again, most of what A-Grade had done was actually through fouls anyway. So... and there we go. The ball nice and stacked up around with players. I wonder where his blitz is coming from, if at all.
Honestly, he may... Can he afford to target a foul on that Black Orc?
Already probably being a man down? Probably not. You know, he's not the one with the bribe.
Oh.
He actually gets it on the shoe hands. Being very glad he's got shoe hands, and that is going to secure the ball rather nicely.
I'm just going to make myself a drink, so we'll be back momentarily, folks.
Not a problem. But yeah, being 10 versus 11, not a big deal, but I can understand why that would make Powered a bit antsy, given that he was called on a foul, given how many fouls A-Grain has thrown. This is a big hit coming straight into Enya. Tackle doing a thing. Mighty Blow not doing a thing, but that is a mark on the ball carrier, which is something that Powered is not going to like. I kind of can predict the next action is just going to be watching the Orcs flood the ball carrier now. To make it so he can't fight his way free and he's going to have to force a dodge. However, if they do overcommit, there's always the risk that, you know, they get brought down. They get brought down by just getting bogged down and... you know, I'm value 9, not invulnerable. It's proved to be fairly invulnerable so far, but not completely invulnerable. And, you know, you are taking risks every time you voluntarily base a player. So we'll see which option he goes. Of course, there is also the pass block. Do not forget the pass block. Such a danger. Such a threat. Mostly for his dirty play and boot.
I have returned to a crowd of orcs.
Yeah, they're just going all mans, to be fair, which I've got to say, I didn't not predict, so I did predict. Although he is staying very, very clear, cautiously so, of the mummies, which is the bits that
he has to be careful though, because that ghoul can outrun most of those guys.
Yeah, if he overcommits, the ghouls are weighing free, I think, on a 3+. It's getting the ghoul free is going to be the hard part. But I don't know, I think if we move the kick zombie, we could even see some chain push action. Oh no, we can't, because there is a gap. He's left a gap to stop the chain push. Home from work and watching second half on the big screen. Nice, Havoc. That's what I like to see. Some big screen full metal action. Totally doesn't make me like go, ooh, I'm on the big screen. It does.
This is like last week when I tried to get Friday Night ReBBL cast in a pub.
That'd have been so good.
McNaughton sat in a pub. And I'm like, yeah. Just get rid of that actual sport and stick us on the big screen.
Yeah, could you imagine? Chuck a bit of Friday Night ReBBL on the telly.
Love it. Big fan.
Hey, Tavadi. Watching from the queue to run and try VR Fallout Skyrim Fair.
You know what we are seeing here?
Blitz from Cher to run away.
A not one-sided Blood Bowl match in the playoffs.
Yeah, the first half was a little one-sided. Let's not pretend we weren't having flashbacks to previous games. Did that ghoul get up and then stop and yell at the orcs before it ran off?
I think so.
Big fan of that. Just give the orcs some grief on the way off. I'm also a big fan of using the mummies as cage corners, and I actually like the player to punch away the tackle player, so he can use his dodge skill again. That's not a that's pretty good. It's a good way of conserving rerolls, which, you know, Powod is known for being pretty solid with reroll conservation. Mostly because he was my apprentice and I drummed it into him.
Yeah, he was very, very good in the deciding G-Man 3 match against Fatin. He pretty much only used one reroll in the whole game.
Yeah, he is.
Put that down to dice, so you can put that down to knowing turn ordering and everything like that. Yeah, okay, we're just going to nail a Black Orc uphill.
Get away. We don't want to play with you. Do you reckon we might see the fabled zombie dodge? Or do you reckon he's quite happy just leaving that zombie there, tying some folk down?
I don't think we're going to see a dodge. I think we're going to see him try to nail a troll.
He gets it, for the record. He doesn't go down, but
Aznavour has lost his damn mind.
Well, it's probably rotted away. But to be fair, that's actually pushing a very slow player, for two very slow players, both movement 4, further away from the action thanks to those uphills. I like the ordering of doing the block one first. That's a safety player. Well, as safe as a red dice can be, of course, but I like that. He's only given up 2 hits plus a blitz. That's not terrible, given the situation he was in at the start of the turn.
Did we like that zombie following up there and giving up the hit?
Wasn't sure, but
Alfredo.
At the same time, it did tie down, or like force dice out of the Agi player. And zombies, as we've discussed, are fairly resilient.
Looks to me like we're going to be targeting Barry White.
Barry White, who is unsurprisingly a white, it does go down. Mighty Blow at the end of this punch. Forgets to use the claw and instead uses the punch. So I don't know why he's doing that, but...
Well, Barry White can't get enough of this match. And there's probably plenty more where that one goes down.
As I can hear you frantically Googling Barry White puns.
I don't need to Google Barry White.
No, he's clearly on your playlist, right? Haringzod being the rebel walrus of love.
I mean, he's first, last, and everything on my playlist.
The troll has come back to get another hitting from Eric Clapton. It was Charles Aznavour next time. He wants to see if Eric Clapton is better or worse at it.
We already know that the gut to run a dirty player meta is the way Blood Bowl's going.
Yeah, it's the way it needs to go.
One of them killed Lionel Richie.
Chaos,
Last match.
Chaos Cup paved the way, I'm telling you. Oh, it's just a push. So that's pretty good news for Power, that his players are finally staying on their feet. And actually, that's going to turn it into a 1 dice from a Juan Diaz. Oh, nice one, Crusader. Already hosting you for up to 10 viewers. Welcome everyone that came in with Crusader. As you finish playing whatever nonsense he was playing, so we can get back to some proper Blood Bowl. Now, if this is you, would you be blitzing...
Had Crusader not gone to bed yet?
Clearly not. He's
Isn't it like 3, 4 a.m. over there at this point?
He's kind of not working anymore, so he's streaming a lot.
Oh, okay. I've been there recently, yeah. You'll end up staying up later and later and later, and then suddenly it'll be daylight outside.
Now, the big question is, do you blitz just the cannoli to then allow you to get 2 dice on Rigatoni? Or do you blitz the guard block Blackhawk because he's just more valuable?
Either way, he's definitely keeping his pass block in play.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who Sher's going to pass to, but...
That's not the point, Aringzord, and you know it. It looks like he's probably shooting for cannoli here, then.
2 playoff matches this evening, guys, and we can promise you, first up, pass block in this one. And New Year Norse running a tackle shadowing player.
Haha, we like some tackling shadowing. Like how he uses this mummy. You're only going to get a push, but I like how he uses this mummy, which means that if anything untoward happens, the cage is still fairly secure.
Mummies have very much turned their back on the Orcs here.
Yeah, they're not having none of it. Mick Jagger, however, says, I can do better than Joe Cocker. Get down, you big fat black orc. No damage, though.
Swagger from the Jagger there.
This isn't going away, is it? And that's a 1 dice skull. And he eats it. As is breakfast.
I genuinely feel like Powad is playing for overtime here.
I feel like he kind of has to. But the problem is, it's... the overtime's it's such a coin flip. Actually, a coin flip.
Well, it is literally a coin flip.
Yeah, if they both score on your own drives...
The referee literally flips a coin and everything.
Yeah, with animation too, so... Can you induce a chainsaw in your game next week, or are we not allowing that? We did discuss this amongst the admins.
That's a very good point.
And I think we're okay with it, because your game will happen after... Well, because every game that round will happen after the release of Legendary Edition, won't it? Am I right in saying that?
Yes. Legendary Edition is out on Tuesday, I believe. Therefore, if the rollover's on Wednesday, get your chainsaws out, folks.
Yeah, the only caveat we ever had with it was you can't induce one if someone else in the same round as you didn't get to induce one because they were playing on a different version of the game. But given the game releases the day before the round rolls over, it's absolutely fine for you to induce chainsaws.
Yeah, at the end of the day...
In fact, it's not... No, you know what? It's not just fine. I demand chainsaws. Legendary inducements are not okay in the round of 32, but they're not okay in the round of... They are okay in the round of 16. You got it the other way around. That's good.
As long as both players are playing by the same set of rules, I can't see why there's an issue.
Yeah, KSU Blue has it the wrong way around. You can't use legendary inducements in the round of 32 because some of the coaches in the round of 32 didn't get to. However, everyone in the round of 16 gets them, so they can. So they're not just okay; they are demanded. Eric Clapton remaining on his feet. No, it's to the end of this first round, Havoc, not the end of forever. It's just to stop someone saying, I want to play. It basically, the rule is there to stop someone trying to delay till the final day of the round just to find an excuse for a chainsaw.
There is the underdog overdog thing to consider, that it is going to be fixed.
Yes.
So the inducements provide petty cash if the overdog buys them.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, what? Are you... Crusader, are you not? Well, I will fix that. ASAP. The problem is, I don't know if you've ever asked me or reminded me to do it, so therefore, it's probably your fault. You see what I did there?
pass block being protected like more than any other player on the team. Yeah, it might be the dirty player, but it's more likely the pass block to me.
Well, clearly, if you're running with a meme, you run with the meme, right? And that's what Agren's doing here. So yeah, like I said, bear with me, Crusader, and remind me. You haven't mentioned it once. You know, I know you haven't mentioned.
You only just started following me a few days ago, so you can't talk.
Oh, with the burn. He's chucking a one dice.
Juan Diaz there.
And he doesn't get anything from it.
There's the pause.
That's what he needs. And we need some mighty blow. Oh my god, the Orcs are so resilient this game.
You know what? I feel like he may have missed his opportunity here to take advantage of the Orcs being committed to one side of the field.
Maybe, yeah. Why is Haringzod in a barrel?
I'm looking for Griff. Yeah, I do have a new microphone. Mainly because I was sick of breathing into the old headset microphone that I had, so I am trying to change that. But of course, now I live in a cave, so you can't win sometimes. You just can't win.
Speaking of can't win, you've got to feel a little bit gypped at this point if you are...
it's not paid off this time.
No, he's sitting down. Oh, and it's a KO on a block guard player. The problem is they can't risk it. The one foul they used with their dirty player, they instantly got called. I mean,
seen that the referee is horrendously biased as well.
The referee...
really badly biased.
The referee has seen the bag of cash that Olive Garden are holding and has forgotten that, you know, unless he actually calls them on it, they're not going to give him it. But there's going to be a lot of hits coming in for Powered here. Oh, wow. Check Crusader out. Thank you, Crusader. 120 bits. None of this one at a time. He's clearly taking the fact it's a playoff cast seriously. And I appreciate that. The Bit Boss getting killed, being replaced by Crusader.
Deus Volt.
Deus Volt, Deus Volt, Deus Volt. Thank you, Crusader. Very much appreciated. Don't do one at a time. Not during a playoff match. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. So yeah, it's... Like I say, it's... The armor breaks just not going Powered's way. To be frank.
Looking to me like we're going to need some miracle stuff from Cher again.
Yeah, it looks... He's getting quite tied down here, isn't he? He's gone about as far as the Orcs had gone. Actually, less far, because he has no players in the Orc half. There's more Orcs in his half than there is Undead in the Orc half. Still not that weird game we cast the other week, where the players had swapped sides. Do you remember? I think it was in the Cripple Cup. We went into a game and all the humans were in the Orc side and all that. You sabs. You sabs. You sabs. Thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, this is... It could be bad, to be honest. All of the tackle kind of out of position. I'm assuming we're going to see him swing in.
Mighty blow tackle coming in on the goal.
Actually seeing him literally swing in as far in as he can get. Gets a push. So, you know, you can feel...
Reads it. I don't like that in overtime.
He's going to get wrestled to the ground as well. So, yeah, that's...
Overtime format, I should say.
That's kind of, and without meaning to make too much of a play on words, that's kind of bad news bears for Ager in there, because rerolls are such a valuable commodity in this format. I think he was hoping to try and take advantage of another removal.
I mean, if he gets the removal, he's in a great spot, but not getting the removal
puts him, you know, down in the long term.
Although, having said that, where are the Undead going here?
No, this is full potato, I think.
Oh, that's a reroll.
He has to reroll that. He's too committed here. I feel like we get a potato. Not just an intercept, but it also allowed him to then follow up into a kill. Because what he did, he pass blocked at the catcher and then followed up into punching the catcher into the crowd. On his
From
own
what we
team.
gather, the pass block was picked so that he remembered to fire that player at some point.
Yeah, essentially, it's a reminder to himself.
He's now just running around saving the day.
Let's be honest, though, with tackle being so far out of play, you kind of want to just potato share it hard here, I think. And hope. I feel like potato is play of the day right now. Mark up as many orcs as possible. The Joe Cocker can get in between the Black Orc and the lineman. Uh-oh. Oh, that's significantly...
Share's not a hero anymore.
Went through tackle zone, so he was going... I feel like this could be concerning. This is very concerning to me. Burning a reroll and putting the ball out and stunning his best player when you know your opponent is not afraid to foul him. There's a dirty player in position. This is literally as bad as it can get for Powered right now.
No, it could get worse right now.
Well, it could, but... So that's not worse, is the good news. And he's kind of relying on his troll to do a thing. Where was he going? Fiction, God only knows at this point. It was a 4+ dodge. Yeah, where he was going is somewhere between... I think between Powered and Griff Oberwald. He hadn't even stood his players up, so he's got literally nothing left. This is the maximal punish for that player that could really happen. I mean, short of like actually losing players. He's given up hits. He's got no one left on the on his feet. Oh, thank you, Cthulhu. Yeah, the pressure clearly got to him, Doc Mark. I can't disagree. Since when was there a game on before the Dominator? Dominators got pushed back, and then they got pushed back again. So, Dominators are pretty late today now.
I don't know if Dominators has even been confirmed. I believe D's is possibly the funeral.
Oh god, hang on. I think, for some reason, my bit display is wedged on screen, so we're going to have to take that down. Get rid of that.
Massive triangle.
Yeah, it's gone. We took the triangle off so we can actually see the pitch. Surprised no one told me. I don't know how long that was there for.
Drop Dead Gore Juice is kicking off in around... What time is it now?
8 PM?
2 hours from now.
2 hours from now.
So there may be some chance for me and Metal to do some silly Blood Bowl things between time, if you have time for that, Metal.
I think I might have to eat.
Oh, God.
If I'm totally honest. Okay, so the mummy goes down. Stand firm to try and stop assists piling in and stop the troll piling into his other mummy. But that leaves good old Cher dramatically exposed. And you know that Zitty is not going to waste...
Oh.
Uh-oh. You gotta re-roll this, right? Yeah, gets that in hand. But he now has to GFI.
Cubes are the problem.
Yeah, to be fair, and that was exactly what he wanted and needed, basically, because that's hugely problematic for Powered right now. If it had failed either the GFI after taking the dodge out, would have been a much nicer scenario for poor old Powered. But I feel like we might have to chuck a zombie at the problem here.
Now, is Cher going to be strong enough to stand up to this potential foul?
Does she believe in life after love?
Ah, it's beautiful. It's so good. Love it. He set him up and he fired it home.
No, you don't. You foul Cher. It's a strength 4 sure hands, blodge, sidestep. Ghoul. The mummy can regen.
The ref.
The ref is finally... The ref has finally...
No.
Finally had enough of Zitty's nonsense. It was just a restun. But my god, did you see the cubes on the armor? You could feel Powered unclench for a tiny fraction of a second after seeing a 666 on the armor.
Put that the other way around and you got problems.
But you know what? I think that's fair. I mean, that's a lot of fouls he's gone unpunished for. So almost eating the bribe, I don't even feel bad for that scenario at this point.
Throws the Juan Diaz. Just to put some pressure on the ball, I guess.
Yeah, he's taking some hits, but, I mean...
These orcs are just... The armor is something else today.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the thing is, that's a 2 dice with mozzarella to clear off that ghoul, and then chicken palm is home free. I almost feel like we need to see Charles...
Throwing single dice here.
I kind of feel like he has to. But no damage at all coming out. That's a dodge on the a blodge blitzer, of course. I feel like we need to see Charles Aznavour just dodge around the back.
Oh, hello, Barry White. Oh, he's failed the easy bit.
Failed what, the GFI? Uh-oh. I feel like you gotta reroll this, because if you don't, this is pretty much going to end up in being 2-0 down and losing the game anyway. I think we need an Aznavour dodge to really complete the squeeze.
Go on, Charles.
He's off! He's off, lads! Now he's just got to do some staggered. There's one GFI. Oh, he does it as well! What a legend! You know...
Remember, this is the guy that double powed uphill earlier. He's a great zombie.
You know, if you need... You know, in times of real emergency, you don't fall back on Hugh Jackman. You fall back on Charles Aznavour, the zombie. Clearly working to become a Blood Bowl legend in his own right.
Make him a Pombi.
No, he clearly needs to roll dodge.
Charles Aznavour, for those who didn't know, is an Armenian French singer-songwriter.
And also a zombie. And probably a legend. This makes the follow-up foul very difficult. Because I just don't think you can afford to do it. But yeah, this is squeezed Agrain hard. The problem here isn't so much... I mean, Agrain's probably quite happy with the scenario because he's got an undead team that's got to score in 2 turns from here.
That helps.
Charles, not like this! Not like this!
That was a double pow right on cue there.
Yeah, it was exactly when called for. And that orc is leaving. He is taking the last train to GTFO, population him.
So it's all going to be on Barry White again.
I feel so.
He doesn't hit the turf here.
No, he's clearly going to hit the ghoul, I think. Because even if Barry White brings this guy down, if the ghoul's on the dirt, there's no recovery.
Here's my thing here. Yeah, that Black Orc makes it difficult. You can't activate the troll because of that thing really stupid. So you make this much easier.
Can Undead? Yes, they can. Because they've got 2 turns and they've got share. So, theoretically...
Okay, we nail a ghoul.
3 cents for a Twitch payout, what? Oh, Enya's gone. She is sailing away. Was that Enya? I think that was Enya.
Yeah, it's a good point that Poward only has 2 turns to get a score here. I'm thinking this one is getting towards the stage where you would declare it.
No, well, you know, share is an option.
Oh, he did activate it and it really stupid. And you know what? That's pretty bad news because it releases share.
Yeah, share is out of the cage at this point. I mean, to be fair, Barry White has to do some utter shenanigans. Because share's not got the range and has to be a scoring threat. So you kind of... Michael Bolton can take down Lasagna.
Share needs minimum 1 GFI to become a scoring threat.
Yeah, so Michael Bolton's...
Assuming that Michael Bolton clears Lasagna, as I believe he likes to do.
Do you think... Are you suggesting that Michael Bolton's a bit of a pasta fan?
It would be difficult to suggest otherwise. Okay, we're just going to foul share.
Oh, so very rewarded.
Game.
Well, no, there's a skeleton, apparently. We've been reliably informed by the man, the myth, the legend, the Super Bowl champion Luminous. Which,
so
you
it's
know...
down to Mick Jagger.
That was an unassisted foul in a tackle zone, for the record. Bolton is a romantic, Pastor is a romantic.
Skeleton might be too far away now.
Yeah, I think he is.
No, 2 GFIs. 4 GFIs gets the skeleton over the line. In fact, he doesn't need to make the dodge now.
Oh, God.
Why did you throw that?
You didn't need to throw it anymore. Oh, my God. Reroll it. There's no point not rerolling it, to be fair. Because if you turn over here, it's game over. That's bringing him down. But yeah, you didn't need it because Cher wasn't there anymore. The downside of planning the moves in your opponent's turn, I think, he was relying on Cher being there and forgot that Cher wasn't.
So Skeleton has to make 2 GFIs, and Barry White has to not do that.
Yeah, pretty much exactly not that. Oh god, he's stunned.
This one is done, folks. We won't even get to see the Goblin.
We will. He's right there. We're not going to get to see him on the pitch, but we're going to get to see him. Look at him. Meatball the second, just chilling.
Over the course of the whole game, it was a single knocked out Orc. It was the only removal, other than the referee sending off Zitty after he'd already committed 7 or 8 fouls without being sent off.
Yeah, and doing so much damage. The fouls were just... I'd say the fouls made the game. And Agren is a coach who likes a good foul. Like I said, I was watching his friendly with Dr. JBP. And very much just fouled every turn of the game. Bought himself a bribe. He likes to get himself a bribe. What happened to Meatball the first? I'm assuming he got eaten. Because, you know, trolls like Meatballs.
Mick Jagger.
Has he got the moves like Jagger? He has not.
Yeah, I mean, we did suggest in the playoff preview that Howard would have been much happier going up against humans.
Yeah, but at the same time, what do you do when Mighty Blow singularly fails to break armor even once?
Is he going to foul Barry White?
I feel like he's going to foul Barry White.
With a troll?
Maybe with a troll. He's still got Mozzarella. No, it looks like he's used the troll.
Really stupid troll foul.
Maybe that's the sportsman.
Really stupid troll foul.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's a troll foul.
Oh god, it's a big old.
The ultimate in trolling.
Ka-chunk! Full on, look at my skirt while I kick you in the head. And he's KO'd. Feels a little unnecessary. The ref is utterly fine with a troll standing on a guy's head. This ref is hilariously one-sided. I mean, just hilariously one-sided. I want to see him blitz the troll. Let's trim a troll.
Yeah, revenge punishment.
Or if you're powered, honestly, and you want to get some revenge on Agrin,
on the tackler.
Yeah, you blitz the tackler, because if you take out the one tackle on his team, you're forcing the Agi up to get the tackle.
Nope. Not
a sausage. You could still counterfoul with the mummy onto a lineman, but I just... Spiker89, thanks for the follow, dude. I think it's almost being petty at that point. Yeah, I think you can pinpoint this to that one incorrectly chosen potato activity where he went the wrong way and took a 4+ rather than a 3+ out.
I mean, yeah, suggesting that the game was lost at the point when he started trying 4+ dodges, I think would be an accurate assessment.
Shouldn't have followed, he'll get blocked. I think, to be fair, it doesn't matter, because he's just going to sink it in. He doesn't want to risk it.
This one's over. Chicken palm.
Chicken palm grabbing a 2-0. Is that a leveler for him as well, or was he the one who scored last time? Is he the niggle?
No, he's not. He's the other one.
Oh, wow, so that's actually both Agi4 blitzers leveling? Good game.
He's right. It is an orc-off in the next round.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was a level, which is important. Tortellini grabbing a level as well, so that's 3 levels. Look at that. 13 armor breaks to 4.
Look at the SPP.
There's only 2 from two punching Kaz and 2 touchdowns. But yeah, it does, doesn't it? Undeaddy Bear's getting 0 Kaz, despite just doing so many hits with Mighty Blow. Getting entirely 4 armor breaks feels like that's the story of the game. Just AV9 just being utterly, like, titanic.
Yeah, there's no way through orcs if they stand up to Mighty Blow punches like that.
Yeah, you would have expected to see 1 to 2 leaving the field in somewhere, but just nothing, man. It was very, very in favour of them. And, yeah, I think... Not the best of your games, no powered, I fully understand. There is some very white orcs on my screen right now. I don't know why they're so white. But yeah, looking at that. Chicken Palm, Fettuccine Alfredo, and Tortellini all nabbing level ups. Certainly his armor dice were better powered. I'm not gonna take that away. And his fouls were far more on point. His fouling game was... Zitty is just an incredible threat. I wonder if it doesn't record kill damage from fouls, does it? Because
I don't believe it does.
Because it'd be interesting to see exactly how much damage he'd inflicted